Guys, it's Danny here, and today I'll be giving you guys a lap guide for this week's new daily race C at Dragon Trail Seaside using the Gr3 cars. We are in the Nissan GTR Nismo 2013, as this is, I believe, the fastest car around Dragon Trail Seaside. So we are on the racing mediums for this one for the time trial, as both racing hards and racing mediums are available. So now, exiting the last corner, you want to go as wide as possible. As you can see what I did there, exiting third gear and carrying as much speed as possible for the last corner, so you can get the slingshot exit and crossing line at 228 kilometers per hour. And your first braking point at turn 1 will be just as you pass the 150 meter board over here, down the second gear. Just as the car is on the apex here, that's when you want to go out the third gear, and be very careful with the throttle input. I have the throttle input at about 40% here, just as I pass the curb. So I got the full throttle again, just as I'm bringing the steering back and the car is facing turn 2. Or some will call it the second part of the first chicane, but I call this turn 2 because it's a bit of a medium-ish speed corner. So just as you have two wheels on the curb, I have a bit of steering input going into the car over here at turn 2, but I have the car on the curb. If I go full throttle here, the car would instantly spin because of the turbo, and because of the turbo, and you have too much steering input going into the car on the curb. So I have half throttle here, and just as I pass the curb, I can go full throttle because I brought the steering back closer towards the center. So turn 3, you can cut this a lot, as I have two wheels on the curb here. And a lot of people think you can just cut this curb, a bit more safely, but you can't because you're going to lose the tent. If you place the whole car on the curb, you're going to risk spinning out as the curb is very bumpy. So two wheels on the curb and the rest of the car on the grass here, but you're still going to make the corner nicely. And okay, now for turn 4. You want to brake in a straight line just as the car is facing the green AstroTurf on the left hand side. Braking in a straight line again, down to first gear for extra rotation, and exiting as early as possible on third gear. Let the car slide a little bit. It's a very controllable slide, but you're going to get the best acceleration. So now for the sweeping SS, you're going to be braking just as you pass the orange board on the right hand side, down to fourth gear. And just as you are slowly aiming the car and placing the two wheels on the curb here, that's when you got the fifth gear and you can get a super early acceleration. For the second part of the SS, slowly bring the car towards the inside part of the curb here. It's very bumpy, but if you can maintain a very gentle steering input, like as you can see on the red dot, it's about just slightly under 45 degrees of steering input towards the right. If you guys don't understand, you can see the cockpit view. Look at my steering input. It's very gentle over here because you're on the bumpy curb. If you turn too much, you're going to get the car unsettled, and it might destroy your lap as you might let the car spin a bit too much. Still full throttle over here, and still full throttle on the last part of the SS. Sorry if I mispronounced the word full. I just had lunch. So now, just as you pass the start outside curb and pretty much 120 meters, rough. That's a rough estimate of the braking zone here. Just as you are very close to the 100 meter board here, that's when you want to brake in a straight line. Start the first gear for the rotation, but you're exiting the hairpin in third gear, as it's a very angled hairpin, meaning that you're exiting the hairpin not in a straight line. You are exiting the hairpin into a, medium to high speed-ish corner. So you are still turning while exiting the hairpin. So you want to maintain like 90% throttle initially, and when you start to feel that the turbo has built up to the maximum level, basically you get maximum grip out of the exit, that's when you can go full throttle. So, but I did let the car slide over here just to get the exit, just to get the acceleration. So that's again the most dangerous corner in Gran Turismo history. Well, it's not a Gran Turismo sport, but you know what I mean. It's the most dangerous corner in Gran Turismo history. So just as I start passing the outside curb here, this time I give the car a small lift, and okay, give it 2 small lifts, but I just wanted to make sure that I was going to make the chicane. So now when I pass the overhead signboard, which has nothing on it but it's still an overhead signboard, that's when I go full throttle. So now for this part of the dead chicane, this first curb, you can cut both curbs, but the second curb on the front there is much more dangerous than the first one. So you can see my steering input, it's about 50 to 60 degrees to the left, still flat out. So I pass that. Once I pass that, the car, you want the car to be aiming in between this bumpy curb and the orange wall here. So now I'm bringing the steering back to the center, and now when I'm on this curb here, I want to make sure that I'm already having the steering input less than or equal to 45 degrees to the right. Sorry if I'm getting a little bit too mathematical, this is what it looks like. So if I'm going to rewind this part, I'm going to show you the cockpit view of the dash chicane so you can see the steering inputs. This is very crucial when you're taking this almost flat, okay? Look at the steering input. Now this is about 65, 70 degrees. Sorry if I said 50 to 60 earlier. It's actually a little bit more than that. So you pass that. Now for the second part, it's about 45 degrees there. So sorry I had to rewind. I wanted to show you guys how do you take the dead chicane as fast as you can without hitting the walls. It's very, very easy to do that. So last corner, obviously easy, 100-meter board. But I kind of outbooked myself here a little bit in the last corner. So I booked at the start of the curve. That's fine. I still got a 0.5 last sector split, but you can definitely do a 0.4, 0.3 last sector split over there. And of course you saw I hit in third gear. So yeah, that's pretty much the lap guide. I hope you guys understand how to drive this very difficult car at this very difficult track. And I hope to see you guys again in the next video. Hope you guys find this lap guide helpful. If you guys have any questions or feedback, please do leave them in the comments. I hope I'll be able to answer some of your questions or concerns. And have a great week, guys. This is Danny signing out. Bye bye.